So when you start to work with a new country or a new athlete to develop their taekwondo, do you have a plan or a trusted formula, or that you use, or do you prefer to go in blind and just see how everything is run and add little touches here and there?
No, I kind of follow, that protocol, the OODA loop. You heard about it?
No.
Okay. The OODA loop is a protocol was used by like plane pilots, the warplane pilots, So OODA means observation, orientation, decision, and action. So OOD, right?
Okay,
so that's more or less what I do. First, I survey the statistics, the general result they had, which category, with who did they fight. I try to make that like observation first. Then I go and fill the country, and because there is a triangle, you say, okay, I can, I want, I know, right? So generally when they look at you, it's because they want the I know part.
Yeah, right, okay.
So when I go there, I look at that. Where is the, how do they, what is the base? Maybe I can is very strong. For example, if you go to Cuba, Jesus, like the somatype, the biotype, the morph, there is incredible. And then they have the capacity because they have a good schools, graduate school to access the high level, Sports in Cuba is very, very well built.
Yeah.
So you see that the I can is there. The I want, they all want to be Olympic champions, all. What they need is the I know. So I know exactly what I can give to that institution or people, you understand? And then, but you go in some countries and you see that, wow, the I can, it's far away from realistic dimension. And then the I want, if you go to some countries where golf and tennis and equitation and horse riding is more important than taekwondo, then the motivation factor is very hard to wake up. So you might have to look for like other communities within the country, like some refugees, people, why? Because they had this urgency to come out. So mainly that's how I do. And then when I have everything clear, then I can determine a plan, a program. Yeah.
That's brilliant, man. Yeah. That's really good. I like the triangle. I really like that. I've never heard of that, but I'll definitely keep that because it's really good. Yeah. It is. It's excellent. Huh?
And it's very pragmatic. You will see.
Yeah.
It doesn't lie. Lie.
No, that's it. Yeah. And I find that, like, I look at like Great Britain. Just now they're very good at taekwondo, but I look at the clubs, especially like where I stay and other parts of the UK. Our quality of life is very good. So there's not the hunger there to succeed. But some people are very good. Technically, they know exactly what to do, but when it gets difficult, they just give up, And I think that's a shame.
Yes, that's the problem with sports, Mark. Nowadays, sports is not for self-development. It's not, you understand? It's for very extrinsic motivations factors. So I want to be rich. I want to be famous. I want. And then you don't know who you are because you don't have that question open in you. Why do I want? Why? So that's where sports and martial arts, they mix, because martial arts, it's a cultural thing, So it's not a casualty if martial arts are very related to Buddhism or other like spiritual streams. It's not a casualty if like generally combat sports, Muslim athletes are very good because there has a relation with the religion or the spirituality there. So that question is answered inside. In our modern society, that question is never answered. Just like a train going, but without destination. Hopefully, we reach the richness. Hopefully, you understand? No, effort without a destination is a very beautiful thing.
Good. So what would your dream job or direction for Taekwondo be for the future?
It's a very difficult question for me because generally I just look at the sky and ask God what He wants from me, you know, because everything I have is from Him, is to Him. God being love, light, you know. Yes. So, but when I imagine my ideal pattern will be to have a transformation center, like high performance center, but high performance in all the fields. I mean, spiritually, mentally, morally, and physically, you know, like to have that center where young people can come and reach their sports goal, but also reach an education.
Yeah.
And that's what I would like. And I don't have the ways to do it, but this is mainly what I would like. And that's my dream, you know, to have that kind of school or center and to be able to pass the torch, to pass the flame. You know? That's what I'm.
No, that's good. That's very honourable, to be honest. I like that. I like that as well. Yeah, that's really
Thank
good.
you.
I think the education part of a fighter is such an important thing because, as you know, you can't be a fighter for all of your life, you know. So you have to have that education there. I think too many national teams, or so many of them, I think they have, when they're winning, everything is good, but when the athlete starts to lose, then they disappear. And I think it's a shame that maybe the education is not built while they're winning, you know, to protect them in the future.
Yeah, and that society leads us to think like this: win or lose or win, which is a big mistake, because what we should look at is to reach objectives.
Yeah.
If you reach the objectives, then you might win, or you might lose against someone who is better. So you grow.
Yeah.
Growing is the main goal. Growing, reaching objectives, and then I don't like that, like country to country wars. You know, France is better than England. Yeah, it's completely stupid. You know, it's like England was beautiful today. England was like fantastic, and then tomorrow France was fantastic. That movement.
Yeah.
That movement is
More
good.
positive. Yeah.
Yeah, but that England like 4 gold medals, the best system, and then what?
Yeah.
And then you can't explain everything by money. You can't explain everything. Of course, if you have like a staff of 4 people around one athlete, and then you can travel where you want, you have good sparring partners, and you have good nutrition program, good psychological support. And of course, if you don't come out with nothing, it's not understandable. But sometimes you lose against a guy who has nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
Not all, you don't put like, you have a periodization system and then perfect high performance, put an athlete and then comes out with a champion. It's not like that. It doesn't work like that. And on the ultimate level, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
It works when that person fighting knows exactly why and knows exactly what he can do and what he can't do. Don't do any mistakes on the space and time relation, distance, timing, angle, and then he is one body, mind, and soul with the destination. This is the highest level, and this can apply to everything in life because it doesn't depend on money. That depends on, you understand?
Yeah.
So mainly that's how I see things, and that's what I make. I try to transmit to some athletes and some young people. That's why we have a strong relation even 30 years after, because it was the truth for me and it's still the truth for them too. So this is what I call Taekwondo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Yeah. That's good. So back in the day when you first visited Korea,
Yes.
back then, I mean, I'm guessing that there wasn't many international athletes training Taekwondo in Korea. Can you tell us about that experience? How did you find it? Was it a culture shock, or did you fit quite easily in, you know?
Mark, it's the same as you told me before. Yeah, you want to cook, you want to say, what is that? I didn't think it was like that. So I come in Korea in '87. At the time I was, there were 2 federations in France. I was the champion of one of the federations in 58 kilos. So I come, and then in the Tiger Den right away, the National College of Physical Education. And Jesus, the level was different, you know. So I was like, after the session, I was like on the stairs crying of rage, you know, rage. I said, Jesus, I should have been born here, because, and that the shock was very strong. But also, no tobo, no this kind of like the attitude, the traditional atmosphere that you think was not. It's very modern and like young people, you know, patterns. So at the time, not many strangers were in Korea, or they were visiting episodically. But to stay there as in an internship, almost no one. And I remember it was very funny because we were impacted. I was with a Canadian guy, a guy from Indonesia, Israel, some guys, no, some crazy guys. And one is today a very successful professor in American university. He has a doctorate in East Asian studies. The other guy is, I think, leading a esoteric school. I don't know. So all those guys from that time, they had done a special thing anyway. But at the time, I remember we passed in the professional world like this. So even only the warming up, then you were like with a high heart rate, you know, and everything was difficult. Everything was killing you. And then if not many people did pass the other way, the other side, right? So I could see that it was an incredible time, very valuable time at a very special moment in Korea fighters history, because those fighters from that time, I never saw better.
Yeah.
Planes everywhere, and everyone with his own style, which is not the case now. Now everything is standardized. You have like the reach, the way of fighting, the front leg controlling thing, which is good, but it's like harmonized everywhere. So you don't see style opposition.
Yeah.
In that time, you had like Tuichagi King against like it was incredible, incredible.
And,
Yeah.
and what year was that?
I first from 87 to 89. That's where I went as a. I crystallized my fighter experience in Korea. But you know, you have to know that I did not went in Korea to be a Taekwondo fighter. Okay. I went in Korea to be a Buddhist monk. That was my first. Yeah. But what happened is that in France, a year after, before my travel to Korea, I just broke my knee. I broke my knee, and at the time I was like going up and up, and I broke my knee, and I was in a military hospital because I was in the military at the time, and my neighbors, no legs, amputated people. So it's just like a revolution in my head, you know. I say I reconsider everything, you know, and I say okay. So I go to Korea at first. It was not to do a like elite program and be a fighter, but my master, that Korean master, which is a very clever guy, he told me, Philippe, you're too young, too passionate. You will come in, you will enter the temple and come back after 1 month. I can force that. So you should take your time. Now that you recover from your knee, doing Taekwondo, and then when you feel that this is really what you want, then you can enter the temple. And he was right.
Yeah, no, that's good. Taekwondo is glad that master told you that. Yeah, no, that's good. So how do you relax, or are you always looking for the next challenge? You know?
No. I tell you, I'm not that like. Maybe the image I give to people is like I'm very proactive and everything like. But I'm not. I love nature. I love go swim in the sea when I can.
Yeah.
I love taking hikes in forest and like natural places. I love all the nature as this is God's gift. So that's my first way to recharge and to give thank you to your work, to the life. And then I like music, and I like human relations with good people. I love to learn something from people and or to help with what I have. So, and I'm very passionate about health and nature. I mean, like plants, you know, and chiropractics, massage,
Okay.
meditation,
Yeah.
postures, like yoga, those kind of things.
Oh,
That's
good.
where I'm very happy. A happy
Yeah.
place.
I mean, like when I ask you about the challenges, I just mean because the athletes you've worked with previously, there's quite a list, you know, and you've done quite a lot. So, but you come across as quite a like chilled would be the word I would use. You know, just quite a relaxed, quite I think quite like natural. You know, just yeah, I don't think that you're a stressed person, you know. I think you're quite in control. So you don't give me the impression that you are stressed, but you give me the impression that you know what you want and you know how to get it, I think, you know. So that's what I feel.
I try to channel my energy line to the objective,
Okay.
and then try to reach that concentration, which is the key, and try to breathe with this, and then just like don't betray the moments, because if you go out of the here and now as a fighter, as a coach, you know, it just like it takes you out of the victory line. I always say to my fighters, if you are always at the right distance, if you are always in the right timing, you can't lose.
Okay.
And after, eventually you win because the other make a mistake.
Yeah.
So it's not like I have to be emotional and to win over, to crush, I know, or I have to conquer my fear. Okay, this is all true, but you do that through concentration, to connect. You do that to you. You are not important. The art has its own principle. If you respect the art principle, then you're flowing very well to your destination. Yeah. That's how I see it. So I try to leave it, but sometimes I go mad too. You know, sometimes I lose control, and sometimes. But for me, it's always a learning experience and a growing experience with the athletes too. Yeah.
So throughout your years of Taekwondo, practicing Taekwondo, you've met and I'm sure been inspired by many athletes, coaches or management. What are their skill sets that you admire or have been inspired to put in your toolbox, you know, to help you in your job or your journey? What would you say is things that you've taken from other people you've enjoyed, you know?
Yeah, I couldn't name, there are so many, but it's how much a people is expert in his craft. I mean, you can recognize worked talent. So
okay.
a talent-based, big working guy is always like expressing in his motricity or his posture, saying the way he embraced the world. It just comes out. It's the message. I mean, you listen to someone playing music and then you feel something. It's alive and it's accomplished. It's true. It's just. You understand? So I received so many inspirations that it's difficult to name, but it always happens. That's why I love competitions, because sometimes I go sit and look, whether it's cadet, junior, or senior, where is the difference?
Yeah.
Cadet, not thinking, so you raw talent, right? Junior, then they try to organize and like trying to do something of the situation. And then the elite seniors is like at the very good level is pure strategy. Yeah. But is all in one, as I say, mind, body, and spirit in one. What the Japanese say, shingitai. Yeah. And then when you're one, when you recognize that someone is able to be one, is in his expression, then it's a message, it's a confirmation, it's a learning one more time, because they are all different, those people, but they just reach that unique difference, and this difference makes the world fantastic. You know, that's how I would say it. Yeah.
So the countries that you have worked with have had many successes with either Olympic qualification, which you've had 11 athletes, you know, achieve, Olympic medals. You've also helped 2 athletes win Olympic medals, which is great. World and international success, over 300 medals. It's an like achievement to be part of that journey for them. You know, can you tell us some of the achievements that make you smile, and why do they deserve a place in your heart?
Yeah. First, I will tell you, Mark. I'm a specialist of Olympic qualification. That's my specialty. Go in a country or go in a place where they need to qualify for the games and being successful in that. And I thank God for that.
Yeah.
Making the Olympic medal is a second word because it depends really on other factors than the engineering, you know. Sports engineering is another thing. But so the moments, the defining moments that I could speak about, I just put. The first one is with France. I explain you why. In France at the time, we are like, we were like, sorry. We were like the hosting country for the qualification, right? You remember in 2003 in Paris, the World Tournament, Olympic Tournament qualification. And then I had a fighter in 72 kilos who was vice champion of the world, silver medal at the world. And we had that issue to, okay, where do you go, under 80 or under 68? And this fighter was in my center. There were Paris and Marseille.
Okay.
My center was in Marseille, right? And 3 of the 4 French qualified athletes were from my center. Okay. As a result. And so I speak with my athlete first. I sit him and I say, okay, this is the situation. What do you feel? And he tell me, no, coach, tell me, what do you think? And I say, no, you first. And then he tells me why. I think I could grow to under 80 and try it. And I say, okay, I confirm, I 100% with you. So first, me and the athletes, it was a common choice, which is very important. Very, very important. The second thing is that everyone around us was like, they were looking at me like, yeah, a new trainer, a new coach, you just came and then you're crazy. You know who is in that category? 84 kilo world champions, Karami and Estrada, and then Steven Lopez, Olympic champion Matos, Barry Tanrikulu, 2 times world champion, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this category was the category of the death, they called it, right?
Yeah.
And you come with a 72 fighter, and you want to qualify? You're crazy. And I say, might be crazy, but I'm good crazy. So I had to struggle to put my guy, because the rival was Mamedi Doukara. He was already world champion in 78 kilos. So normally he's the perfectly intake guy. And I love Mamedi, he's a fantastic fighter. But I wanted to try. So we put them in a test match, and then the French, and then Christophe win. My fighter win. So I say, well, you see? But still, nobody was. So at the end of the day, I make a special program with a plyometric method that I have, a very personal method. No weight. But, and then just body weight exercises. And then we go and then we win gold medal in the Olympic tournament. And everyone was like surprised. You know? And then that was the best answers, the best remember. I grew up as a coach, a trainer. In my relation with my athlete, it was a total knockdown, KO. We knocked out everyone. So that's very good memory. And the second one is with Central African Republic, because Central Africa never qualified any athletes for many reasons. But when I work in Egypt for the London African Regional Qualification Tournament, when I come, the Secretary General of the WT, he tells me, Philippe, what do you do here? I say, okay, I explain him. I say, oh, I didn't know. Okay, you're from Central Africa too. Yeah. He say, well, you know what? Let's see, and maybe you might have a chance for the wild cards after, you know. We could see a wild card for Central Africa. He deserves it and everything. I say, you know what, sir? We're gonna win our ticket on the mat. Sit and watch, you know. And then at the end of the day, we do gold and silver. And we qualify too, you know. And the last guy, I had 3 guys. And the other guy, he lose 1 point to to Anthony Obame from Gabon. Only 1 point. He was taking it, and then at the last stage, just 1 point, and he didn't go to the games. Anthony go and do silver. You understand?
Yeah.
So it was the second very like it gave me a lot of like security about my process.
Yeah.
And it opens my eyes, and I say, really, God, when you want something, you look at the heart first, and your victory is in the weak ones. You understand? So I understood that, and I just like find peace.
Yeah.
I don't have to leave the world on my shoulders. You know, I just have to be a decent person, and then God will take in His hands. You know, but we have to know how to relate with Him, because if not, if you only relate to our knowledge and our capacity, and then we are only that. But if you open to the universe, you open to God, and then be meritant to it, then maybe He might consider the victory. So I felt that.
Yeah.
And then the two more. Kazakhstan.
Okay.
Kazakhstan. I go there and I sit to make my and I see a fight, 58 kilos. The guy who was at the Olympic Games in London, just he lose the first fight in his national championship, the first fight out. Right. So the guy is like disconnected. But call him, look in his eyes. He was looking in my eyes like that, like staring, you know. I see that force, and I don't say nothing, just like. And I say to the technical director, okay, I want him. Then that guy and me, we had a very special clinch. In 14 months, we win 11 gold medals. But imagine, one title of World Military Games, gold medal, University Games, gold medal, Manchester Grand Prix, gold medal, and 4 G2 gold medal and 3 G1 in 14 months.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's amazing. It's an amazing story. Yeah.
And when you take the list of the tournaments, the 3 last ones, in 21 days, gold. So really? one gold is the military games. Then 1 week after we fight the Manchester Grand Prix, and 1 week after if you do periodization, this is impossible.
Yeah.
Because you have to fight 4 to 5 fights against Iran, Spain, England. You understand? You have to fight against the best in the world. So we did gold. So for me, it was the proof that spirit can win against, all the normal logics are transcended if you reach the right spiritual frame. That's what I had with and until now he's like a son to me. Now he's the national trainer for the junior team of Kazakhstan. And we had this incredible story together. I can give you all the details, but if you knew it, I mean, you know where all those results come from. It just comes from the heart and the spirit first. And it gives me the inner joy to see that martial arts really exist. Whatever the systems are like trapped in as a sport, as a marketing, as the business, but still, if you pull the right string, spirit is there, and you can save that. And that's the legacy, Mark. The legacy we have, all you, me, and all the people representing something and being in charge of some youngsters. Like we have to keep that flame alive. That's our responsibility.
No, it's really good. I like to hear what you said there. I mean, I think that too many clubs just focus on the sport side of it, and yeah, it's great. It's that's what they choose to do. But I think that, like you say, the martial arts side of it is so key, and I don't think we should ever forget that. And I think that it's like you say, it's great when you have a student who understands the martial arts side and performs well in the sport. That's job done. And you found them. It's great. Really good.
It's that say where the body stops, the spirit begins. Yes. So that spiritual lineage is the true gift of Taekwondo.
Mm-hmm.
The true gift is this. That's what Master Kim Seok, he was able to give me. I was able to receive it too, because it's not because someone wants to give you, they're able to receive.
Yeah.
And it's not because someone is able to receive that he will find the person who can pass it to him. So when this pass, you feel good, you feel authentic, you feel good in your shoes. And that's the way it should be, because it's a gift. And it's not our property. It's our responsibility, which is different. And then when you see all the sports, institutional, because I give you that money, you have to give me back result, and that kind of relation is already bad. I don't like that kind of relation. It's an interest, and it's not like that. This is beyond money, fame, glory. It's heart to heart, and it should stay alive in whatever we do. Imagine an artist like Picasso or Renoir painting something just because he wants to get 1 million from it. You understand? It's not art anymore. It's already perverted in the spirit. So you have to paint because you love art and you want to give the world, you want to express something to the world and receive something. Because when someone see your art, then he had a reaction. This reaction is your gift. I'm very visual, you know. If I see a paint, I feel something and I want to say, wow, it's fantastic. You know, that energy is what we receive. So it should be like that until we go. This world, we don't go with nothing. We go with that love, we go with that energy, we go with that to the next destination, you know. But the rest just stays here. Because it's matter. So we cannot use Taekwondo doing, okay, Taekwondo WT, Taekwondo Cookie One. Taekwondo comes from a long tradition, spiritual tradition, warriors tradition. It's much more than that. So we should not mistake the institutions as the real Taekwondo. They are just, for me, like banks. Put your money in the bank, it makes profitable, but I mean, it's your money. I mean, it's your asset. So if you can receive it from the ancestral wisdom and pass it to the next generation, then we are authentic. We can call ourselves Taekwondo. But I went a little out of the question, but it's because I have a conversation with you. That's why.
It's great. Well, it's perfect, to be honest. I mean, I think that, like, I'd love to spend more time speaking to you. I just, like, you do have an energy that makes me want to ask more questions. You know, it's really, really enjoyable. And, you know, I wish I'd maybe met you 5 years ago and asked you these questions and more questions now, you know. I'm just honored that you came on the show, to be fair, you know. But I know you're a busy man, so I'm not going to take up any more of your time. But I think I've really enjoyed the interview, and thank you so much for coming on. And you know, I wish you continued success, and I'm sure those Peruvian athletes are going to be, you know, up there, you know, with the elite soon as well. And thank you very much for all your work. You know, I think it's great. And hopefully, maybe one day I will come to Peru and meet you there. You know, that would be great for me too. I would enjoy that.
Peru or Cuba or Mexico, where I will be, I will always welcome you with a warm heart. And Mark, I want to tell you something. You know, I'm finalizing my a method.
Okay.
Where I use all my experience, because I have been in temples a long time, you know, and it kind of like martial yoga, kind of martial art, like it's all a functional movement. And then it can help top athletes, because I use it for my athletes too. It can help normal people. It can help people with some problems. And I will make the promotion, and I will send you my information. So it can help me just reflect it to the world around you. It will help me a lot.
Yeah, I'll include that in the link in the YouTube channel. Yeah, definitely. That's great.
Thank you.
Okay,
thank you very much.
Thank you for your time. And
thank you.
I'll see you again sometime. Thank you. Thank you very much.